So, how many of you have ever been in a situation where you're with someone and they're not paying attention to you, they're ignoring you, they're on their phone? Yeah, everyone? Yeah. How many of you have actually been the person on their phone ignoring the other person? Yeah, most of you? Yeah. And as you can see, it's a very prevalent thing that people are being distracted by their technology and they're missing moments that they can actually be using to connect with people and learn things and just their everyday life that they're actually missing. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is what BLS students are experiencing, what science has found, and what my final product plan is. So first, what BLS students are experiencing is, so I'm planning on surveying a sample of the BLS population in order to gauge what our community is experiencing and what problems they feel that they have with technology, and so things like homework and focusing and just with their friends and whatnot. And what I'm basing this on is what I'm finding on what scientists have found and the aspects that I'm finding in terms of the aspects of people's lives that are being affected by technology. And the three aspects that I found are physical, emotional, and social aspects. And one thing that, for example, was a physical aspect that is being affected is there was a study done at Harvard Business School that showed that people, when they work on their phones, smartphones, versus on a desktop computer, their posture changes because they're like punching over their phones. And so this physically changes the way that you carry yourself and your posture, and that can in turn change your emotional state. As we learn with Stand and Deliver, your posture really affects your emotions and how you feel, and they actually showed that people who used their smartphones were less assertive than the people who used desktop computers because they were more hunched over, more closed off, and this in turn can affect your social aspects of your life, which could be like people see that you're hunched over and you're less assertive and you're not communicating with them, and they might not interact with you as much, and you could miss out on social interaction. And so the aspects aren't just all their own separate things, they're connected, but they're also ways that you can look at them all individually. And so there's a problem, but how do we fix it? What now? And what I'm planning on doing is creating or developing a list of solutions and presenting them in a book and publishing it at the end of the year. And the solutions will be habits and practices that teens can implement in their daily lives that will change the effects or counteract the effects of technology on those three aspects of their lives. And an example would be, for that example that I gave you with the smartphones altering your posture, you could practice power posing. Like every time you use your phone, you could try to remember to stand up straighter, or a lot of people do homework on their phones, so they could try to make an actual effort to do homework on a computer. So there are a lot of habits that people can actually take and put into their daily lives that will change things. And I wanted to leave you with this picture that was floating around on Facebook from a cafe, and it says, "We do not have Wi-Fi, talk to each other, pretend it's 1995, and that connects back to that feeling when you're being ignored and not communicating with someone because they're distracted by their technology, and it's just like a funny little thing, but actually it could really help to, as an activity, to put away all your phones, like hide them in a box and just hang out with your friends and pretend it's a different year.
All right, thank you. Questions for Dora?
How is using your phone different than using other methods of technology?
In terms of what I was talking about with the desktop, or in general?
Like if you have like a tablet or an iPad or a computer, you know.
In that study that I referenced, it actually showed that the larger your kind of technology gets, the more assertive you are, or I mean, the smaller it gets, the less assertive you are. So that's a difference. I think they're pretty similar in terms of the things that you do on them, but your actual posture, there is a difference. Yeah, so they're similar. Taisha?
So why should we be more concerned with like social communication versus like social media in this day and age?
So you mean,
as in like why bother like, talking to each other when we can just text?
it's more fulfilling.
That's such a great question.
I think that it's more fulfilling to communicate with someone in real life than it is on your phone, and I'm looking into the emotional aspects that actually change when you're communicating on your phone versus in real life. So I will let you know once I find out.
All right, thank you very much.